Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Ranting Redhead. I am the host, Aiden. Sorry, it's been a while. I've been very busy with school, work, and other commitments. And yeah, boy, it has been a while since I've done it. I liked to do one every week, and it's been over a month. Sorry, it's been a while to the very few people that listen, but I wanted to get back into it, and I figured, you know what? I got a little bit of time today. Why not? Why not do an episode? I mean, I don't care. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to talk about something that I saw when I was, driving home from school. And I saw a person, you know, walking an old lady across the road. That typical cliche thing still exists where someone will help an old lady or an old person, old man, old woman, any older elderly person cross the road. Why did the elderly cross the road? Because I don't know. Insert a joke here. I'm not drunk enough yet to come up with a clever response. All right. So, here's the thing. Most people would see someone walking an old lady home and all across the road and think, "Oh, that's sweet." Not me, and I'm going to tell you why. Everyone says, "Oh, you have to respect your elders. Respect them." Do we ever sit and question why? I mean, why is it that I should respect the elderly? Give me one good reason. Now, if someone at an elderly age, like let's say I can't think of one, but let's say someone at an old age just came up with a cure for cancer or something, I of course would respect them. But I mean, just respecting any elders out of the blue, what's up with that? Why do they deserve my respect? I mean, look, you can't even cross a road by yourself. And yet you say that my generation is lazy? Are you kidding me? Most old people that you speak to, they'll be like, "Oh, the younger generation, the younger generation with their hip hop music and their drugs and yada yada yada." Well, if you go to most old folks' homes, how many pills are they taking a day? And you say that my generation is obsessed with pills? Come on. Look in the mirror, as gross as it probably is. Just look in the mirror and see the hypocrite staring back at you, because it's complete BS that my generation has to put up with this. And I am the last person that would ever side with my generation saying like that's the way it should be. I don't like my generation. I don't like any generation. But you know what? I'll tell you which generation I don't like. The ones that are currently the elderly. But you have to earn my respect. You can't just say, "I'm elderly. Respect me." No, that's like saying, "I'm a redhead. Respect me." That's just something that you have. That's something that you eventually are. Well, anybody who does not die before the age of 65 is now an elderly in my book. Because there are young 60s, I will say. But for the most part, it's just something that you achieved, and is that something to be proud of? I don't think so, because a lot of people can do it. So why should I respect you just because you've lived a little longer? Do you know what that means? You've probably had more mistakes in life than me. So, haha, you lose and I win. Good day, sir. That's like, I'll give you a perfect example. So, to kickstart my heart, not only is it a great song, but it's applicable to me when I have an energy drink. I have one energy drink a day if I'm working, because it really helps me get through the day. And you know what? I think I'm funnier when I'm like that. So that's all. I don't ever have coffee or anything like that. I don't think I'm addicted to caffeine. Some people will tell you otherwise. It's not impossible, but I don't think so. So my grandmother, we were out at breakfast, the other day, and she saw that I had a bang in my car, right? And she goes, "That stuff will kill you. You can't have all that caffeine." Meanwhile, she drinks freaking 12 cups of coffee a day. She said, "Yeah, I was up at 3 in the morning, so I made myself a pot of coffee." You can't go back to sleep? You can't watch TV? No, you have to go make another cup of coffee to add to your list. She goes through like a can of coffee a day. How do you do that? Like I said, and I've never had coffee in my entire life. I don't look down on people that have coffee, but don't be a hypocrite and say like, "Oh, that having an energy drink that'll kill you. That's not good for you. Oh, Aiden, don't do that." But you can have you can have all the coffee in the world. You're gonna be like Kramer when he had as many cafe lattes as he wanted. That's oh man. You see what I mean? Like, why is it like we have to constantly listen to the advice of the elderly? I also find it funny when not just the elderly, but someone from an older generation than what I am, when they find a new piece of technology that I never really knew about, but I also don't care because it's so unimportant in life, but yet they think it's the greatest thing since the Great Wall of China. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. My teacher today, we were talking. I honestly don't remember how we got into this conversation, and he goes, "Hey, well, on my phone, and this guy is he's not an older guy. He's not a young spry chicken, but he's not in the elderly category yet." So he was saying that his phone had a cool feature to where if you shook it twice, your flashlight came on. And he was like, man, that's so cool. Because, like, what if your hands are full and you really need your flashlight? I said, you can't set an item down. It takes 1 second to pull up your flashlight on your phone. Like, you don't have to unlock your phone to get your flashlight on. And he goes, yeah, but you know what? Like, what if you're in a situation to where that 1 second counts? I said, there is no situation that would be applicable to. You don't need a flashlight that quick. And he goes, well, it could save your life. And I said, okay, if you're out in the middle of the woods and a bear is coming at you, like you can hear a bear coming at you, the flashlight coming on maybe a second earlier is really not going to help you because that bear is already on a mission to get you. And I said, look, and so we ended up having like a race to see who could turn their phone on or turn their flashlight on quicker. Of course I was going to accept the challenge. I knew I was probably going to lose, but he only beat me by a second, if that. And he goes, see, I win. And I said, but it's so unimportant in life that why does it matter? And I said to him, well, that could also be a real inconvenience too. And he goes, what do you mean? And I said, okay, well, suppose you have Parkinson's and you get your phone in your hand and you just start shaking. And your flashlight goes on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. And you just can't control it. Why would anyone? Yes, obviously, don't buy that phone. But I'm saying it can be an inconvenience. It's not just a luxury. It's hard. It's not a luxury at all. Literally, 1 second is all it took me. 1 second longer is all it took me to get my phone flashlight on before his. That is all it took. But no. It doesn't matter because. I guess he'll survive the situation of having the phone flashlight on a second earlier. But that's my point is like, they'll be like, I guarantee you part of it was a bit, but he genuinely seemed like really fascinated that his phone flashlight could be turned on like that. And I said, don't you think you're contributing to the laziness of society is when you think that's such a cool thing? And I think I've done an episode about this, about useless inventions, and you gotta wonder, does the person who invented that go home and say, and like, are they proud? I would not be proud of that. Like I said, I could not invent that. I'm not as smart as these people, but I know a good idea when I see one, and that is not a good idea. But going back to talking about school, there's something that I've noticed in a couple of my classes that really, it's bothering me. It doesn't affect me at all, but it really bothers me is, and I hate both the people in this story that I'm going to tell you. So, in one or two of my classes, there's some people that, let's just say they don't actively, like, fight each other, like, but they clearly don't like each other, let's just say. And I think one of them is a little more ignorant to the fact, which I don't care. To me, like, one of them is very annoying. I'm trying to skirt around this because I know a few people. I know I got a few people in these classes to subscribe to my channel, so I'm trying to toe the line just fine. So one guy is very loud and annoying. I really don't care. I mean, I look. Do I like it? No. But does it really piss me off? Surprisingly, no. But then, like, there's other people in the class that get pissed at this guy, like absolutely pissed, which I kind of find funny because I'm thinking, like, when will the confrontation happen? That's what I'm waiting for. To me, it's all one big countdown. But the other thing is that I don't like is the opposing party is equally annoying, but in a very different way. Like, if I can't, I absolutely can't stand when people do this. When the teacher says, like, one thing's like, "Do you get it?" And he's like, "Mm-hmm, yep, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, okay, yep, mm-hmm, yep, okay, yeah, yep, got it, okay, that's cool, yeah, great, what, hi, yeah, hi, what," and just these all one simple response words that you could just do with a head nod, just a little nod. Just up or down or side to side, look confused, do anything other than verbalize one small answer. And I don't know why. Like, to me, that's more annoying because it's so unimportant to say this that you don't even need to. Most teachers don't, I guarantee you, most teachers will not expect you to answer half of their questions. Where it's like, okay, so, when you do this, you get. I mean, if you say an answer with, like, in that regard, fine. But if it's like, okay, the person who directed Caddyshack is, and someone said, and he says Harold Ramis, he goes, oh yeah, I was gonna say that, yeah, that's what I thought, yeah, I almost guessed that, yeah, that is so annoying to me. Knock it off, because I will go insane. It's absolutely ridiculous. Although I try not to lose my cool in the classroom because, there's a couple hot chicks in there that I really don't want to blow my shot yet. It's funny though. One of my teachers found out how controversial I can be, because I don't know why. Whenever I'm in like a new surrounding of people, I'm very reserved for a bit to where, because I don't want to step over the line possibly. So I never come out the gate swinging. I always observe and then I try to make people laugh. So there was this thing called World College Radio Day, which I helped out with. And what we did is we had like a prize wheel out in the main spot outside the college. We had a prize wheel giving away merch of the radio station, the college radio station. And what's funny is this one girl was passing. He was really trying to get her to spin the wheel. And she goes, "No, thanks. I'm late for class. I'm trying to be a model." And I just lean over to him and I was like, "Yeah, she's not good enough to be a model. She's lying to you." And that wasn't even the controversial part, because then I go, to be a model, you really only need two things: good looks and a lot of plastic. And I think it's true. I mean, maybe a good family to come from, like a wealthy family to have connections, because then you could look ugly, and then, you'll still be a bad model, but you'll still be in the business. But yeah, that's what I said, is looks and plastic, and boy, oh boy, he didn't get mad, but yeah, he finally saw how messed up my comments can be. So yeah, I think I'll wrap it up there, since I haven't done a show in a while. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things, so let me know if you have any ideas for me to discuss. I'd love to. Thank you all so much for listening, and I'll talk to y'all later. See ya!